Hello, it is Topical, Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. Steve Cypress here as the sun sets in the west. And those of us here in Arizona, we're the neighboring state of California. I mean, LA is only about 350 miles away, about a 5 hour drive over there. We got the same global climate that's changing, which it's always doing, but it's not, we don't have devastating urban spread of wildfires. We have wildfires every year, but this tragedy in LA is just beyond tragic. I mean, we're used to hearing about homes that are way out in the middle of nowhere, up in the mountains, cabins and stuff that are burning down, but this is cities. This is suburbs of LA. These like whole towns. I've got friends there, I've got clients there, relatives there. It is an unspeakable tragedy. I mean, think about it. When one house burns down, it's horrible. There's sometimes even one or two fire engines there. There's 10 or 15 or 20 firemen, depending on the location of the fire, where the houses are packed in together like this. You could see a whole bunch of firemen rushing to put that thing out before it spreads. I mean, and then you got a family that's displaced, and then community has to try and help them out. And they have to figure out what to do and where to go next. And then if they want to rebuild on that property, I mean, the property isn't damaged. I mean, for the most part, maybe, a couple of inches at most under the ground. I mean, not really at all. You got to clear away all the burned debris, the remnants of the house and all the possessions and everything. I mean, this whole, don't get me started, the save the planet thing. Like, the planet's going to be fine. It's mankind that can be in trouble. And in this case, the houses get burned, and you got to, one house, again, you got to clear away the debris and rebuild and deal with all the insurance and this and that and the displacement. Or if it's businesses burned down, you've got to decide, do you have enough insurance? You're going to restart the business, you're going to move the business, you're going to rebuild the commercial buildings that are there. I mean, similar thing without the fire, of course, occurred a few years ago during the shutdowns, where the government destroyed families and small businesses, because family-owned small businesses are pretty much you destroy the business, you destroy the family, and their businesses were, sometimes, these protest groups in the U.S. burned areas of cities to the ground in their protests, in their looting and rioting and burning, and then you had the shutdown. They just shut down businesses. Many never recovered and shut down. And now here you have burning down of homes and businesses. I mean, it's all just absolutely awful. So I know there's all kinds of people blaming this or blaming that or trying to find the reason. I mean, right now, I haven't tuned into the news today, but I think as of this morning, I'm still looking at these fires. They're like, oh, it's 15% contained or 0% contained or something. Like, oh, you're kidding me. How long is this going to go on for? It's got to be tough. Like I said, how many fire trucks and firemen and hoses do you really have, no matter how many come in? I mean, there's all kinds of firefighters heading that are already there in LA from here. Like I said, it's just a few hours away. So there's all kinds of people there, and I'm sure from other states as well, but still, can't be anywhere. There's thousands of homes and businesses that are burned down. It's just absolutely horrible. And I am just glad that here in Arizona, we do have the same weather. We're landlocked, though. We don't have thousands of miles of coastline with tons of water that can be used to put out fires. We don't have anywhere near as tall or as many mountains as California with the snow in the winter that rushes down there and creates water. We don't have anywhere near the natural resources to fight fires. And yet we have responsible leaders that care more about saving lives than they do about luxury issues like what gender somebody is and all that kind of nonsense. I just feel so bad for the people out there that keep voting over and over again on these luxury issues when it really comes down to life and death. I know on my ballot, we have something we vote for here called the Water Commissioners. There's like 6 of them, and there's 2 or 3 up for election every couple of years. And I just look at the bios and what they say, and anyone that says anything other than we're going to conserve water and increase the water supply, they have not a chance they're getting my vote. I mean, there's all kinds of other wrongs in the world. So, but if they say things like, we want to have more equitable this and that, or we want more people to look like the people they're serving. They will never get my vote. Priority is one and one only when it comes to water in Arizona and also in California, obviously, is lives, life and death, safety. That's it, period. Thankfully, that's the way we vote here in Arizona. I only hope they start voting that way in California, because this happens every few years, and it's going to happen again until some major things change out there. And it's just horrible. I mean, multiple families and businesses all at once destroyed. Just absolutely horrible, unspeakable. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have to say about that, as far as Gump would say, on Topical Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. I'll be back tomorrow with some business building lessons for you. I will catch you then. Over now.